How you doing, YouTube? Hillbilly Rideshare driver here. Yeah, I know I'm dark. I was trying to take it a little easy tonight, stayed in an area that isn't as busy as the busiest area that I drive when I want to make a lot of money. Turns out it's doing okay. It isn't one after another, but it's cycling pretty decent. I've only been out since about 7:30, 8 o'clock, so 2.5 hours. Not too bad. I think I'm up to 34 bucks and a couple bucks in tips, 15, something like that. But anyway, let me pull up. Headed to a pickup, and long distance pickup fee, premium pickup fee, I should say. Customers. So it should be a pretty decent ride. To drive to them, at least something. Keep my speed down. There was a Super Trooper down here a minute ago. Setting people scoot pretty good down this road, so anyway, looks like he's gone. Maybe he got his quota for the evening or something, but he may be in another location. Anyway, usually don't have enough rides here to really make it interesting to live stream or anything other than that. Sometimes I'll record a video and upload it later, or not upload it later. More often than not, I just don't. I'll go back and look at it, or don't have time to mess with it, or just completely forget about it. You know, when you're working 7 days a week, it's easy to forget about stuff or push stuff to the side. That's why live streaming makes it handy. It's just raw video. If anybody goes back and watches it, if they join me for the live stream, then they can interact. You know, do a little live chat if they have any questions, and sometimes you can tune in and eavesdrop a little bit about what stupid passengers are saying. I'm trying to figure out my audio on some of this. It doesn't seem to be as high as, the volume doesn't seem to be as high as I would like it to be. And I think I know the reason why, is that the phone's picking it up. Oh, look at that. Looks like Mark canceled. But, you know, it happens. There you go. You'll receive a cancellation fee. It probably will be a decent. See how much you get. Well, you gotta wait for it to do its thing here. Sometimes people, I think, I don't know. It was all right. It was $5. Beats $3.75. Yeah, $5.05. Sometimes people think that they get the premium pickup fee, and they think if they call a car and then cancel it, at least I think that's what they think. If they cancel the car once the car gets closer to them, and then reorder it, they think that they will save money. Unfortunately, or fortunately for me, it doesn't work that way. I'm getting, you know, I get some money for coming toward, you know, if I'm halfway to you, and, you know, Uber gives me a little extra. If they re-request the ride, yes, it's from the point that I, you know, from where, you know, where I'm at, and all that, and it's at a lower rate than the full ride would be, but they're losing money on booking fees and all of that stuff. So let me get rid of maps. This son of a bean eater. For some reason maps doesn't pick up that the app doesn't let maps know when you use it. that it's canceled the ride. Yeah, I'm running Lyft tonight because I'm not in Morgantown. I'm kind of in a slower area, and I take, I'll take pretty much whatever as long as Lyft doesn't want me to drive 20 miles to go pick someone up for no additional fee. But if I was in, well, I've said it before, if I was in Morgantown, I probably would just turn Lyft off and leave it off, because Uber's busy enough to keep me busy, and there's no sense in me driving 17 minutes to pick someone up when Uber's gonna ping me with somebody that's a half a mile away. It makes no sense. It makes Lyft happy, but it makes no sense for me. I'm out here to make money, pure and simple. Everybody's nobody watching. Nobody's watching. Let me get back to my Uberlicious app here. So I mean, $39.71 be out less than 2 hours. That's almost $20 an hour if you want to calculate it that way. Yes, I know. I don't like to think of it that way because, well, I can do pretty much what I want when I want to. How many jobs can you do that at? If I need to go take a tinkle, I can just go do it. I don't have to ask the boss. If I want to stop 4 times and get a cheeseburger, I don't have to wait for my lunch hour. Actually, my real job, I don't either. If I wanted to go out and get 4 cheeseburgers at 4 different times, I'm sure my boss would be perfectly fine with that, as long as I wasn't charging him for the time. But you know what I mean, not working for somebody else. Don't have to answer to them. If I want to stop and do what I want to do, I do it, because that's how I roll. I really don't have a topic to talk about, and of course, as soon as I pull the live stream up, I'm headed to cancels, and I'm not getting any more pings. But like I said, it's been decently busy. I mean, if it's like last Friday night, it's going to be almost daylight before I get out of here. If I have another good night, if it stays fairly busy tonight and I end up staying late, I may not even drive tomorrow. I may wait till Sunday and do another Sunday drive. Sundays are busy. They're in the university town. That is. I said it last Sunday. I've said it before. It's kind of nice to take a break from the usual pickups, drop-offs, and drunk people. Although I don't mind drunk people, as long as they keep their booze down. Don't want lightweights. Trust me, from experience, there are 2 types of drivers. Those who have had a customer puke in their car, and those who will have a customer puke in their car. Me, I got mine out of the way early. The rest of you still got that to look forward to. For those that haven't experienced that yet, especially at, it was like -11 out at 2 a.m. at your busiest time, and you gotta stop driving to go clean up somebody else's puke. There is that smell. Everybody knows that smell. And even though no one else has ever mentioned that they could smell it, I cleaned it thoroughly, and I'll probably clean the truck again just for the good measure, which cleaned it several times because I kept thinking I could smell it. And I've cleaned it, and trust me, my wife got in the truck and she couldn't smell it. And if she couldn't smell it, if she had smelt it, she would not be riding in my truck until she couldn't smell it any longer. But the thing is, if you've had it happen to you, it gets in your, I don't know, olfactory memory or whatever it is, but it never goes away. You can get in anybody else's vehicle not knowing whatever's been in it, fine. But once you consciously think about it in your mind, you can immediately start smelling it in your vehicle. It's there, and I think it's there imprinted in my nose forever. I mean, I'd be weeks not think about it, not even smell it. As soon as somebody says, ever had anybody puke in your truck? There it is. Boom. Dark Road Run knows. He knows. He had it happen to him. Yeah, I got 150. It should have been 300 bucks. Oh, it was awful. And anybody who thinks, oh, you know, hey, 150 bucks, yeah, whatever. Yeah. I wasn't too worried about it because I figured, hey, the money makes it worth dealing with it. It doesn't. And believe me, there were no warning signs. Not with this one. I mean, I see warning signs. I see people, how they act. I know how it goes. They, you know, they have that kind of deal about them where, you know, sometimes they'll give you that, like that little bit of a belch. That's the obvious stuff. But there's, you know, if you have a normally chatty customer and halfway through the ride they go quiet on you, that's a sign. Roll down some windows, make sure the heat's off, get them cold. If a customer says they need air, do you mind if they roll down the window? By the time they say, by the time they finish saying, do you mind if I can roll down the window? You should have already rolled down their window for them. And yet, it happened. This person, I hate to relive it, but this person just, she was chatting it up. She was having a nice little chat, talking with another girl, and as she was saying she needed air, or she was gonna throw, I mean, it was mid-sentence, and it was happening. I didn't even realize that it was just so quick. I didn't realize until I pushed the button to roll her window down for her. She had already pushed the button and already done it. I mean, oi. Sucks. All right, Uber, come on. Need some rides. Looks like Morgantown surging. That's the only place that ever surges here. I've never, ever seen surge anywhere but there. Oh, it looks like it's pretty good. Kids must be getting ready to head to the bars. Yep, this area out here. The area under the A and the N is where they're headed to. The dorms, a lot of the dorms and stuff are out there in the dark reds. Yeah, a lot of that's it isn't college housing per se, but it's where they live. The dorms are in that area as well. It's 2.2. I was 2.3. I was kind of expecting it to be higher than that, but I always like how the dark red area goes all the way over to the airport, and I can guarantee you there ain't a soul in the world at that airport requesting a ride right now. It's a small airport anyway, but nope, looks like it just got redder. Let's find out. Yep, 2.8. 2.8. If I was there, that's another thing I'm kind of at a loss over, is that Uber, they show the heat map, and the idea is that there's more requests there than there are drivers to handle it. So the price increases. This is indicated by the heat map, and it's designed to entice drivers to go online if they aren't to drive. But I can't think of a time where I have gone online or gone to the area after the fact that the surge grew where I got a surge ride. You pretty much have to be there when it develops. You have to be in the area. You pretty much have to, at least that's the way it seems. Or either that or Uber's just jacking with me. I don't know. I've heard people say, Aaron over at Your Personal Driver, I've heard him say that, that you need to be where the surge is going to hit in order to get it. Yeah, sure. Driving to an area where you see surge isn't a stupid thing to do. It's definitely smart to do, because if you know that it's going to surge in that area again, it's definitely beneficial to be there. But I have literally driven to areas or been outside of the area or happened to be offline during surge and flipped the app back on and not gotten anything. No rides whatsoever. And watched the surge hang around for a while. So I'm not sure why Uber would want to entice someone if they aren't going to reward them with, because, you know, if I see that, I'm not gonna, if I was up there, I wouldn't turn on my app just because of that. If it was slow earlier, I might turn on my app. If there was, if I didn't care about surge, and I just wanted to drive and hope I pick a surge ride up, eventually I would. But that all gets messed with. I've had rides that were in surge areas that got queued up. For instance, I picked someone up, took them down the road a mile, dropped them off, and on the way, of course, you get the queue. You take it, and of course, they count on it being busy enough so that you don't pay close enough attention. I think, at least that's the way it seems, because I have had that happen, knowing that the whole area like that. This whole area was red, and I was in the heat map. The person that I had in the vehicle was surge pricing. Took a queue from an area that was in the surge pricing area at the time, and didn't get paid. I got paid on the first ride for surge, and the next two rides, which got queued in as I was taking rides or dropping off riders, got queued in. I didn't get surge for either one of them. And it's like they dangle that carrot out and say, hey, this surge ride, you might want to take it. And you take it, and they count on you being distracted enough that you don't pay attention when the queue comes in. Of course, that's probably part of the reason they only give you 15 seconds to accept. But, the app isn't perfect either. I understand that. And I'm still trying to figure out why last week, Sunday, I'm still trying to figure out why I had a cancellation. It was in surge, no show, that I did not get paid for, but yet it counted against my cancellation rate. It's right here. Sunday, 3%, right there. One ride, one canceled trip, and that was the canceled no-show. I can't figure that out. How can their system know that I had a ride, I canceled it for a no-show, but not pay me on it? I mean, they gave me $5, but they basically took a one that had a canceled one that the rider canceled an hour before, and just paid me $5 on it, just to appease me. But at least I got the $5. And that was on Sunday. It was like I just drove through the day on Sunday. If you didn't watch my videos, or my videos. Actually, I put up two for Sunday. One when I was on my way to driving, and kind of a recap of stuff. And I've talked about that too. Doesn't look like anybody's tuning in. I may not even post this on the channel. I've been kind of playing with getting a thumbnail together and trying to figure out. Can't figure out how to upload a thumbnail on my phone to YouTube. I don't think that feature's available on the phone app. That's kind of weird. I mean, everything's going to the phone. Everything's going to the tablet. You know, people are getting away from laptops and desktops and stuff like that, and but you know, whatever. Let's check in on Morgantown and see if the heat map is. Nope, it's dying down. The rush is over for now. It's probably a 1-2 or something like that. Oh no, we're still over a 2-0. That's surprising. But I would say that's going to dry up soon because because everyone's either going to get a ride or they're going to call a Lyft. Oh, speaking of Lyft, if you are interested in the Lyft car icons on the Rider app, I have a video about that that I'm gonna upload. Just some thoughts on it about the disappearance and mysterious reappearance of the car icons, and why I think they took them away and brought them back. Too bad no one's watching. It's excellent stream health. And who doesn't like excellent stream health? Let's mute. I'm going to try something here. Well, that isn't helping. I'm trying to get this app to pick up, trying to figure out if there's a way for it to pick up the sound, the audio from my headset instead of from the phone. It's a Bluetooth headset. I've talked about it before. I think I use a Bluetooth headset because I've had first of all, that way the navigation is in my ear. It isn't on the phone if I want it. I'm free to with it in my ear. I'm free to, rather than relying on watching the navigation on the screen, so taking my eyes off the road, I get the instructions in my ear, and it kind of, I can interact with the customers a little bit better, I think, and they don't get nervous that I'm staring at my phone to try to figure out a turn or something like that. A lot of times it doesn't really help me, especially if I know where I'm going. But sometimes I will miss a turn or something like that, and the prompt in the ear kind of gives me a hey, turn coming up. I better start make sure I'm looking for it. Hey, it happens. You miss turns. You get talking about something or zone out and you miss a turn. It happens to the worst of us. And I've actually had passengers thank me for using the headset and not just having the audio coming out of the phone with the navigation. And that would, to me, that would be distracting too. If you have your navigation app up and it's blaring directions at you, I would think that would set the premise that the driver really has navigation problems, whereas the app's up, it's running, it's there, and if you're listening to some music or whatever, you're not going to hear Mrs. Google whispering in my ear to turn left on Fayette Street. And I think that'll help. I think that might help with the rider's perception of the driver's navigation skills. Which is the Bluetooth headset is also the reason that I don't try to that I don't do like iHeartRadio or whatever on my phone is because it links to Bluetooth to my truck, and sometimes it gets a little crazy. It gets confused and doesn't switch, or doesn't, you know, end up getting Mrs. Google navigation voice coming out the speakers at 75 dB. That's not a good experience. I'm just kidding, but I don't run 75 dB. Well, no one's watching. It's 11:09. Do you know where your YouTubers are? That's an old public service. That's a reference to an old public. If you don't know, it's a reference to an old public service deal that used to come on television. Many years ago. I don't even know when it started or when it stopped. It just used to be something that came on. It was every night at 11 o'clock. If you were watching television, a voice would come on between commercials or whatever, and they would say, "It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?" And that was the reference from, 11:09. And anyway, if you got it the first time, you laughed then. If you didn't get it and I had to explain it to you, it still wasn't funny, but at least you understand it. All right, 0 watching. It's 32 minutes in, people. I know it's dark and you can't see my beautiful face, my handsome chiseled look. Where you at? Where are my rides? Dang, it's 11:11. It's Angels time, man. 11:11. If you don't know that, I'm not going to explain it to you. Just look it up. Look up 11:11 or 1:11. It's kind of the same deal. It's another reference to something you may or may not know about. Is it a full moon? Because people are acting like really freaking weird. Let's ask Google. Anybody? Hey, yeah, that is something I want to try too. I want to see if I can bring my camera up on my phone while I'm recording live, and get it to show the forward-facing camera. It says front-facing camera issue. Please try. I don't know if you guys are able to see that. There's my van, True. You see the infrared lights? If you can, there they are. All right. So let's get rid of this and bring the camera back. Yep, camera came back. I don't know if it'll record what was showing on the front-facing camera, but yeah, that's another thing that some people don't know. For some reason, on maybe if not all iPhones don't do it, but if you ever have a question about whether or not your batteries are dead in your remote, or your remote's dead, your remote control for your television, and it's infrared, you can basically bring up your camera app and point it at your camera, and you'll kind of see lights flickering. Those are on steady, but you'll see a flickering light similar to the ones on the infrared, if you were able to see that. That's an old cable guy's trick to check remotes to see if they're any good or not. You just basically point it at your camera, and push a button, and you'll see like a light flicker. And like I said, it doesn't work on all iPhones. It may not work on any iPhone. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's part of the reason that they have such shitty pictures. But hey, I'm not here to knock iPhones or Apple products. They used to be a fine product. Just never was a fan. You know, but if that's your thing, that's your thing. I can't really say they're overpriced. The price of Android phones lately, past couple of years, they really went through the freaking roof. I was looking at an LG V20 about a year ago, and this phone wasn't new. It was several months, if not a year old already. And I liked some of the features. I liked a lot of the camera features. It had a lot of controls for photography and video. Quality was great. It had a lot more settings and things like that you could control as a user. And this thing was almost, it might have been a year old, maybe right in the year old range. And that freaking thing was still $8.99. Like, man, no, thank you. It's crazy. You know something people don't do with their smartphones anymore? Use the phone. Alright, well, I still haven't decided if I'm gonna even post this video. I really thought I would have some live stuff going on, but apparently not. Everlance says I have new trip worth $5.51. Yep, I probably do. What's with these driving apps, the mileage trackers? I've tried two. I've tried Stride and Everlance. I still have them on the phone, but when I bring up Everlance, it's supposed to automatically track miles, and it doesn't do that. It just picks and chooses. When I go back to look, you know, there'll be days missing. Even sometimes when I bring the app up physically and click start driving now. And it's a real thorough app. There's a lot of different categories that you can put expenses and things like that in, which is one reason that I started using it and stopped using Stride. Because Stride will not let you put fuel in as an expense. They tell you that if you're claiming mileage, you can't claim fuel. Well, I know that. I completely understand that. But maybe I am not doing that. You see, once you claim a vehicle on your taxes, you can either claim actual or you can claim mileage. If you claim actual, the first year, if you claim actual, you can't claim mileage anymore. You have to do actual every year. I don't do mileage. Stride won't let me put in my receipts for gas. There is no category for gas or fuel or anything else. Actually, I might be able to do mileage now. I'm not sure. But anyway, I always track my fuel cost and my mileage. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you track your fuel cost at the end of the year or at any point, you can look at your fuel cost and see how much money you made and kind of figure out, look at the mileage and see if you're actually making any freaking money. But Everlance is a great app. And if Everlance is the only app you're running, you're fine. But if you are running Lyft or Uber, as soon as your navigation, whatever it is, comes up, Everlance will hose you. It will slow down navigation. It will, I believe that was part of the reason that it was, that my app locked up the other day. In the middle of a ride, by the way. Okay. Where's all my riders? Here, fishy, as Aaron says. If I post this, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Dark Road Run and Aaron over at Your Personal Driver again for doing the YouTube reviews. They went through and did a bunch of YouTube channels and did a rating on the channel. They had stars that they used to score based on video quality, audio quality, which I need to work on, I know, and other areas. You know, I didn't fare real well. Of course, I didn't expect to get 10 stars, but I did manage to get 7, which was better than some that I was really shocked. But hey, thanks for the attention. You know, had a little bit of a few minutes of fame there. And I mean, my channel's new. It's like 3 months old or so. And I've just been playing with it. I really, it's as much for my enjoyment, boredom killer, maybe a deep down narcissistic need, maybe, I don't know. But hey, there's a lot of weird shit on YouTube that's very popular. I figured, how much weirder could I be? I mean, really? I'm in West Virginia driving for Uber. What kind of images does that bring to your mind? Paint that picture. Paint that picture. It will be a Vincent Van Gogh. Come on. By the way, you guys probably see this little red mighty mug. I am like coffee all the time. When it gets hot, I may switch to water, but usually always have something nearby to drink. Been that way as long as I can remember. I've always had something. Water, soda, coffee, whatever to drink. I am slightly picky about my coffee, which some of you may have seen. The thermos. Yes, I carry a thermos full of piping hot coffee. Very strong piping hot coffee. And that's usually my sign to go home when I run out of coffee. If I'm tired enough to drink that thermos of coffee, run out and need more coffee, I'm too tired. But man, oh man, oh man, it died off in a New York second. I'm gonna wait around. I'm gonna hang out till about midnight ish, and see if it picks up. I'm sure. Excuse me. I'm sure it'll pick up. Like I said, man, it doesn't seem like it's been 45 minutes, but here we are. I wish there were, anyway, wishing one hand, shitting the other. I don't know enough about YouTube videos and editing to say I wish anything. Could be right under my nose. I don't know. I've been wanting to get time to piece together a video from the Van True. I've got a couple of rider videos I'd like to put together, but I'm telling you what, when you don't know what the hell you're doing, it takes you a long time to do nothing with video editing. I can tell you that. Props to all you people out there who can do it. I'll get there, but as with everything else, it's tough to dedicate enough time to it whenever I work 5 days and drive 3. Actually, I guess I work 8 days a week, eh? Monday through Friday, and then Friday night through Sunday. So what the hell? 8 days a week, man. 8 days a week. It's a grind. And really, I don't know. This little town that I'm in, I'm here because, like I said, I'm tired. But I noticed on the Rider app, there was like 3 other cars in the area. I don't know if it's... Let's look, shall we? I'm on phone. I don't know if I have Uber Rider open or not. Yep, there it is. Let's see if there was like 3 other cars in the area. Then one disappeared. Didn't come back on the map. They either went to a different area or quit for the day. Or took a break. Then there was, I think there was like no cars. I'm not sure because I got busy all of a sudden and you know, and I had like a couple of premium pickup rides. 3 actually. Well, 1 canceled. You saw that, but I'm not sure what, if they all went offline. I didn't look. Let's look and see. If it loads. Of course, I'm probably sucking up the bandwidth for it to use to update. So let's see. Let's see. Money, money, money. Let's see. That's me. Anybody? Oh, nothing over in Clarksburg. See if there's any up in Fairmont. Well, I don't see any other cars. It doesn't mean they aren't on a run or... Wow, I don't see anybody. It looks like everybody either logged off or went to Morgantown. Give it a minute. Sometimes Uber lags behind a bit on this kind of stuff. Yes, and normally I can see Fairmont. And this whole area. There was literally 3 other cars here when I got here at 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish. At the moment, I don't see any. And normally, I hope, well, I don't care. I started to say, I hope those other cars aren't just driving through the day or just early evening because they're missing the boat, but I hope they are. Oh well. I'll take the money they're leaving on the table. I do know that I talked to one passenger that I picked up that said that a girl picked him up earlier and said that she was the only one in the area driving. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's true. I've been here working and all right. Let me get rid of that app. I need my streaming quality. Anybody give me an extra rating? 118, nope. Nope. Hey, it's my weekly report. It's not this week. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars since November 27th. Oh, excuse me. I try not to care about ratings, but I care about them to the extent that they could deactivate me. Deactivate me. Wow. What the hell kind of hillbilly horse shit that was. Anyway, got my tongue around my eye teeth and couldn't see what I was saying. Oi. Come on, people. Surely somebody's drunk enough to need a ride home right now. Oh, fart. Maybe I'll end this and just watch someone else's videos. I don't even think I'm going to post it because really didn't accomplish much of anything. 53 minutes of misery. By the way, hey, you guys out there, I got 6 people subscribed. I don't know who they are. I know 2 people. I know one is Dark Road Run. Appreciate it. The other one I think is Pizza for Life. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate that. Hey, there's a police. I'm surprised the cops haven't stopped me from just sitting here so long and asked me what I'm doing. But break up the monotony, make for the better video. Would it not? Maybe I'll just see if I can save this video. No, hell, then I'd have to download the freaking thing. Any hoozle. Let me see what we got here. What is that? I don't even know what that does. Oh, it makes the window smaller. That's funny. So I assume that none means no window. Let's find out. None, black and white, or sepia. Let's try sepia. Okay. Black and white. Yep, black and white. Now how in the hell do I get it back to what it was? If I go none, it's going to be... Oh, that's just effect. I can't get the... Okay. Woo! Look at that. Streaming health. I know that's turn the chat on or off. Or up. pause, mute, stop recording. Yep. Settings. No, that's all the settings there are. For the love of Pete. Alright, well, I'm going to stop this. If it lets me save it, I may save it. Decide to go back and watch it. But I don't think I'm going to upload it. Or maybe I will and take care of it on the YouTube side. Anyway, I'm going to end it now. It's like 11:34, as you can see if you look real close at my phone screen. And okay, anyway, by the way, Dark Road Run, I'm gonna do a live stream. I'm gonna see if I can put some thoughts together on try to get some kind of flow going on cable TV, some history. It's not gonna be dates, times, and people's names or anything like that, right? You know, off the top of my, it's just going to be pretty much stuff off the top of my head. It's in cable for almost 20 years. So, you know, I did it whenever it was still the Wild West. And I did it when, you know, through the times that the cable companies are trying to regain their reputation. Or not regain it, trying to remake it, because cable, everybody hates cable companies. Everybody hates, they're the only thing that people love about cable companies is that they love to hate them. Their reputation has been crap forever, and at one point in life, at one point in history, deservedly so. You know, they were behind the 8 ball a little bit, but you know, recently, you know, a lot of times they get a bad rap about stuff. I'll do some kind. I'll put something together. Dark Road Running wants to see it, and if nothing else, I will have one view. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do, I'll think about it. I'll put something together. And, I'd like to be able to do like a live chat kind of thing, or a live stream. But, I might need to make some notes and some points that I want to talk about to kind of keep it going, because Dark Road Run wanted to see it, was interested in it, and I would like for him to be able to, or anybody for that matter, to be able to ask some questions and have a chat. And really the only way to, you know, to kind of interact that way is to do like a live stream kind of thing. So, or the only way I know about. When I talk about shit like that, it's the only way I know about. Just assume when I say the only way to do something like whatever, the video, YouTube shit, it doesn't mean that I'm saying there is no way to do it. I'm just saying there's no way that I know. That leaves a lot of room for error. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off because I'm starting to piss me off. I've been on this for an hour now and no rides. So I'm beginning to wonder. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Like, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm having a good time. That's all that matters. Take it easy out there, YouTube.